देखा मेरी शक्ल सही आ रही है नहीं आ रही वरना
Arey, you're looking very beautiful, brother.
तब एक घंटे का वीडियो
But hello, welcome back to another video. We're slightly moving from casual jobs to part-time, full-time jobs. I have a friend with me. His name is Daniel, and he's working in IT. Surprise, surprise. Not a lot of people have an IT job. So how do you feel about it?
nah, I'm very blessed. Thanks to God, thanks to Almighty Allah, that I'm very blessed and I'm doing a wonderful job in a big company, which is giving me big opportunities for my future. So I'm very happy with it.
Absolutely, absolutely. So we just came back from training. So he plays cricket with me. I play B grade, he plays A grade. So he's a very big and a very good cricketer. But talking more about IT jobs because that's what the video is about. So can you tell me a little bit about your experience? Because you migrated from Pakistan to Sydney to Adelaide. So how was the experience with jobs?
Obviously, when you come from any overseas country, it's like India, Pakistan, or any other country, it's not easy for you to like it's not easy for you to get easy with the cultures here. But with the same time, you have to think about your future, that how you're gonna get the job and how you're gonna get the how you're gonna achieve your goals in your future. So for me, as I had cricket and my job, which is IT job obviously, so it was very hard for me. Everyone, even my friends, they were not supporting me. So I'm very lucky that my family, they were the one who actually supported me even in my hard times. They were the one who had believed in me and still they believe in me. So when I was in Sydney, I had to go through the very hard jobs. Yeah, and then I finally decided to come to Adelaide just to get the professional breakthrough, which I actually got it here. So the first 3 months in Adelaide, it was a very hard time for me because no one was giving me any job. Even my community, Pakistani community, they were literally demotivating me. They said to me that you have wasted your time. You're 22 years old now. You haven't done anything in your life. Even you don't know how to do coding, how to communicate in IT terms. I was very confused what to do that time. So obviously there was no help from my community. There was no help from my friends because obviously here you have to be a
You
part.
have to look after yourself.
Exactly. So you
Yeah.
have to be a part of the very, very good circle where you learn everything. Especially like in cricket, you have to be among with the great cricketers, so you can learn
Yeah.
from them. And like same IT, you have to be in that group. So I delivered some interviews. I gave some interviews. I learned how to pass the interviews. What's going on in the industry? Basically, to be very honest, once you actually start searching for jobs, after 1 month you will have idea. Okay, what's going on in the market? And after 1 month, then you will get to know that how to talk to the recruiters because
Yeah.
they are the one who actually promote you towards the company. So that's how I got the job. And again, if you're at the moment, if you're looking for any IT role, basic IT role, you should know what's the ticketing system they are working on. What's the IT terms? Let's say if you're sitting in any interview, obviously if you're graduate, obviously if you're looking for any IT role, basic role, then you should know that where you are standing. Obviously you have done bachelor's, right? So you don't have to have a very higher degree, or
So
let's
nobody
say
expects you to know everything.
exactly. Let's say I'm taking your interview. Let's say Anshul, I'm taking your interview. So I'm not gonna say to you that hey, how do you gonna make a program
Yeah.
in which I can do this and that. Obviously,
Yeah.
I know that you're bachelor's, right? You're freshly graduated.
Yeah.
So I will ask you that how will you gonna handle the customers if they have this issue. So that's the basic level question they will gonna ask to you. So the only thing they are going to see is your confidence, how confident you are.
Yeah.
And believe me, if you believe in yourself, because you're international student, again you migrated all the way from India and Pakistan to here, and then you are facing all these struggles. You are the champion already, mate. You don't need to think about anything wrong about people. Again, you are one of the best person in you. So just believe in yourself and go for it, and you will be happy to get it.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. And what I think is that a lot of people are doing IT nowadays, but there are not a lot of jobs. So, what would you recommend for someone who's either graduating or is probably in their second year? So, what would you recommend them to do right now, which will help them get an IT job in the near future?
Okay. To be honest, as I'll give you another example. Let's say we are playing cricket. We know that there are very limited players who go and represent the state. Let's say only 15 players will gonna represent the state, Redback, South Australia. And how many players are doing practice? And how many?
Hundreds.
More than hundreds. Let's say 500s.
Yeah.
So we know that 500s are practicing, and only 15 will gonna go there. There is a very less chance to be in that game. Obviously, I know, but the amount of struggle that you are going to do, you know that you have to do that struggle, right? So again, in IT there are 1,000 jobs, and there are only 2,000 people. There are jobs again still. You need to know. You need to find out the way of hunting the jobs. At the moment, you are hunting, but your CV is not correct. Like your cover letter is not right.
Yep.
And let's say you are applying for IT service desk role, and you have a resume for something else.
Yeah.
That's the problem, which is I think mainly youth is making. So we just need to make sure where are we applying and what's the best spot, what's the best way to do it.
Yep.
There are jobs. You can have jobs.
All right, that's great advice. But if I talk about your day-to-day tasks and responsibilities, what do they look like? What are you doing every day in your office? Because I won't take which company you're working for, but I can happily and proudly say that you're working for two of the biggest companies, right? You're in a joint contract. So what are your day-to-day tasks and responsibilities? And what is your designation as well?
Obviously, thank you to ask this question. It's a big one. So I'm working as an IT field services engineer. In my job description, I do a lot of work regarding the ICT support engineer and a little bit of software engineer as well. So basically, my work is to find out the problems, make the tickets of the end users. Let's say if anyone is facing any issue regarding network, regarding devices, or again the backing up of data or anything, any software, so I will be the one who is going to answerable.
Yeah.
So I actually make my report that okay, this end user is facing this issue, so I have to, let's say I have to send this technician or this engineer to this person.
Okay.
And let's say when I've done this one, like that's a morning routine. So 9 to 12, I think I usually do the admin work, and after that I finally decide okay, now I have to go out.
Yeah.
I need to meet my end users and need to fulfill the requirements of end users.
So you can actually either assign an engineer to it, or you can choose to do it yourself if you can, right?
Exactly.
Anything else that you're doing?
I do a lot of work on SECM. That's again software platform where I actually assign the applications to different software,
Okay.
to different users. Sorry.
So would you recommend someone who's watching this to get upskill themselves on this platform?
I believe that if someone is looking for any job, he should go for ticketing system. He should have knowledge about ticketing system. He should know about Active Directory, and I believe that he should also know about. One more thing I want to add is he should know or she should know about IT terms. If anyone is talking about networking, so she or like person who must know that what is he talking about, what's the end user wants.
Yeah.
So basically, if you are able to understand the IT language, then it's very easy to get the job. Because in interview again, they are going to ask very simple questions. And if you are bro, like it's very easy to answer those simple questions, but you don't need to be panicked. Easy, relax, believe in yourself, and go for it, and you will smash it.
But another question that I want to ask you is that, for example, if I talk about in myself, marketing and business, what we can do is we can build a personal brand. We can post on LinkedIn.
Yeah.
We can do this because this is marketing, right? What would you recommend an IT person to do? Is posting on LinkedIn very important? Is an internship very important? Is professional year very important?
So I've been through all the same process. So I've completed my bachelor's degree.
Yeah.
And after that, when I started my professional year, everyone was suggesting me, all the teachers, they told me that you should maintain your LinkedIn, you should maintain, let's say, your other accounts, Facebook account and other accounts, Instagram if you have. I don't have an Instagram. So you must maintain everything. But again, believe me, when I got a job, and it was I think I found a job on Seek. I applied. Next day I had an interview. I applied it. And when I actually entered into the market, so the first thing that I saw was my manager LinkedIn account. And literally he didn't update his LinkedIn account for 5 years, 6 years. So I got to know that even still there are, I think, more than 100 users in my company, my colleagues, they don't have a LinkedIn account.
Yeah.
So I believe that it's not important. It's not that important to update your LinkedIn account.
In comparison to other occupations. Yep.
So again, focus on main things like your resume, your cover letter, and let's say what I have done different. whenever I used to talk to recruiter, I knew it that I did not know anything because my background is from like cricket.
Yeah.
I usually play cricket. I don't literally study. So what I used to do whenever I used to call recruiter, I had a pen with me and I used to write everything. Like if he is asking any question, that what's the ticketing system you are using, I was like, oh, okay, this ticketing system
Yeah.
I was using. So I was writing every single question.
Yeah.
So after making calls to 5 or 6 recruiters, I knew it that okay, this is going in the market. So these are the questions which are going to come by
Okay.
the company if I'm going to sit in
Yeah.
any interview. And what other thing I did was,
So basically, it's more so in the IT field, it's more so how your resume is looking and how your cover letter is looking. But we just talked about, like, let's say there are 2,000 people who are graduating at the same time. So what can someone do to stand out? Is an internship important? Are there any softwares or any platforms that people can learn?
Yeah. No, so-
Because they want to stand out, right?
Yeah.
For them to get to the interview, what is the step that they should take?
Okay. Let's say because I'm in a government field as well, so I've talked to multiple developers and cybersecurity specialists. So everyone has told me like they are still working on the pretty basic stuff. Like if anyone is let's say Java is pretty simple. JavaScript or Java language is very simple. So if mostly people 40% most of the people in IT they do the, let's say, web developer and they do programming, so they should know that what's the basic of Java, and it could be a plus point or a bullet point in their resume, and they can just like stand out on this point.
Yeah.
They can just deliver everything, and it's pretty easy.
Yeah.
I found it pretty easy. My friend, he is doing job in IT again.